Hello friends, I want to show you my take on a milling ingredient attachment for the lathe. Maybe you'll find a couple of ideas here for your own projects. First, I need a holder that could go into the tool post. I don't have a milling machine, so I improvised. Used a lathe cutter clamped right in the chuck. I'll skip the most of that process so you don't get bored watching the same thing over and over. Next up was the housing for the shaft and bearings. For that I used a plumbing fitting from the hardware store. I glued the holder to the housing with some super glue and checked the alignment. Then clamped it in the tool post, line up with the chuck and drilled 2 holes. Taping the threads and joining the 2 parts together. Since I don't own a welder, I decided to solder the joint with a regular solder. Hopefully, it'll be strong enough. A little clamping torch did the job for the heating. Cleaning up the excess, and soldering the motor bracket. Here is the part I ended up with. For the next step, I need a collet shaft. I went with an ER11, 100 mm long. Also, I need a couple of bearings. I actually got 5 bearings really cheap. Honestly, I thought they'd be junk, but they turned out to be very precise, less than 5 microns of runout. The shaft is 16 mm in diameter. Bearings are 32 on the outside and 15 on the inside. I also need the 2 pulleys and GT2 belt. For the motor, I'm using an RC brushless one, running at 16 volts. To control it, I need an electronic speed controller, a budget servo tester and DC-DC step-down converter to power the tester. Time to machine the shaft for the bearings. I set it up on a taper to reduce runout and check the alignment so everything sits nicely. Then I bored out the housing for the bearings and put it all together. Now the shaft sits in place, and this is how the tool looks at this stage. I also machined the pulley for the shaft and pressed it on. I need a little preload in the bearings. The shaft should rotate with a little resistance. Fixing the pulley. The tool is ready to assembly. Let's test it out. Maximum spindle speed is about 3000 rpm. Then I wired up the electronics and did a bit of soldering. Now let me show you how it works. One thing still missing is a proper spindle lock for the lathe, so I have to be careful for now to keep it from rotating. Thanks a lot for sticking around till the end. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. See you in the next video.